episode number 3. Artie, the torso.
What's up?
Part of the w.b.c, which that includes me too. But anyways, so we're going to talk to Artie about music, w.b.c, and just see what happens. So, w.b.c. So, what did you first think when we asked you to be the DJ?
Well, at first I really didn't want to. It was just kind of because I was always kind of stage shy, like being up in front of people. But then after I did it, it wasn't so bad, really. You know, it really felt good being up there in front of people, and then beer helped too. But yeah, it was pretty fun after I started doing it.
What did you think, like, how the crowd was gonna react? Like, seeing, like, you up there, like, you're the DJ.
Well, I mean, with it being, like, when we did our first show, I mean, you never really know what to expect, especially with the type of music we have. It's, but I mean, I don't know, I guess people kind of reacted to it well. I mean, we didn't have that many people at the first show, but, yeah, people, it definitely caught people's attention. I know that when they hear it, it's like, oh, what the hell are these guys doing? But yeah.
What did you think about the very first time we did the silly string? Like, how did you think that went over? Like, what did you think? How do you think the crowd was gonna react? Like,
the people. I mean, yeah, I figured they'd like it, and unfortunately, the club didn't like it. The place we were at, but. No, the people, yeah, I knew they'd be all over that.
So, like, you know, we make, like, comedy rap, so, like, how did you, like, feel about that, like, the kind of music that we make? Because, like, our first few songs, they were kind of, like, serious, I guess, and then we kind of switched up, and we're like, let's make some comedy, and then we were like, well, we need a DJ, let's get Artie. So, what did you think about, like, the type of music that we were going to be doing? Like, once you heard, because, like, we recorded the album before, and so you had already heard the music. So what did you think about, you know, being up on stage with playing that kind of music and stuff?
Like I said, it's definitely something very different, because I mean, you don't hear a lot of people do music like that, because, you know. But I mean, it's fun to do that kind of music. There's, like, no pressure when you're up there. It's just like us up there having fun, and I think people see that too. So I mean, that people can enjoy it if they're not offended. Back then, people weren't. I don't know about now.
We've always had. It always seems like we've had like bad luck, kind of, I guess, with our shows. Not really bad. I don't know. Bad luck maybe, but it always seems like we've done a bunch of shows, and, like, you know, I wouldn't say half, but, you know, close to half, like, the sound's always fucked up, or something like that.
It seems like that was intentional on the part of the clubs. I don't know if it was, but sometimes it kind of felt like it was.
Yeah, sometimes it did, because, like, we're the first band, so, like, we always had to play first, so it's kind of like, but, I mean, I don't know, like, how did that make you feel, like, when the shows, like, go bad?
I mean, it sucks, but, I mean, you gotta keep going with it.
I think
gotta put on the show. That's what we're there to do. So,
because I think only, like, one time we've actually had to, like last year when we did our friend's memorial concert thing for him. I think that was, like, the only time we actually had to just completely stop the show before it was over. But other than that, we just kind of, you know, we pushed through it and, you know, just did our thing. And
yeah, that last one, it's a nice little place, but there was kind of a crappy setup. It was small. Yeah, it wasn't the greatest place for that.
Yeah. So what was your favorite show, if you can remember? Like, what was your favorite show that we did?
Ooh, it's definitely between two. Got to be the very first one at the New Daisy. That's the one with the silly string, or our second one, I believe, at the Rally Point. The one with was it the Juggalos one?
The Juggalos.
That one. Oh man, yeah, that was a memorable and forgettable night.
Yeah, I remember you.
Oh
boy. We did our show. It actually went really well. Nothing messed up or anything, and then
good crowd too. Very good crowd.
Good crowd. Good, you know, good feel. Everybody was having fun, and after the show, after our show was over, and, a few other bands, and I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna go home. You were pretty inebriated, like pretty drunk, and you said you were gonna stay, and so you're a grown man, so I said, okay, you can stay. You said you had a ride home, so I get a call about 3:30.
It was
almost
late.
4 in the morning.
After about 10 or 11 o'clock, the night was really spotty for me. I don't remember too much.
I got that call, and they said, your DJ's passed out drunk. He don't have a ride home. So I was like, and they said some girl was kissing on you while you were passed out.
I don't remember that either.
So I was like, okay. So I was like, I don't know what to do. It's like, and they said you called your stepmom, so she wasn't too she wasn't too happy about that, having to come pick you up. But
3:30 in the morning.
And
oh man,
and there's I think the other memorable thing for me after we did a show at the New Daisy with Taco, that first one at the New Daisy with Taco and the Mofos,
that one,
and Lil White, and you were drunk. And we were out back because we had parked out back of the venue.
Oh yeah.
And we were blocked in, and those guys started fighting, and
and the one guy pulled a gun out, didn't he? I think.
Yeah, he got his head bashed in on the car, and blood was just pouring everywhere. He ran down the street and came back like 5 minutes later, and he had a gun. And you would not get in the car. And I kept saying, get in the car. Like, you would not get in the car. And I was just like, Artie, dude's got a gun. Let's get the fuck out of here. And you were just like, oh, I don't care, blah, blah. And I was like, dude, we got to get the fuck out of here, man. But luckily, nobody shot nobody. And you eventually got in the car. But that was probably one of the more memorable after parts of our show.
That was one of the best crowds we had too. There were about 50 to 75 people in the crowd when we played. It was a good amount.
Yeah,
it was a good amount.
It might have even been 100, but it was a lot of people. I mean, they weren't there to see us. Obviously, they were seeing Taco and the Mofos and a Little White.
But it was still, that helps us though.
But it helped us. Yeah.
Get our stuff out there a little bit more. People could see who we are.
Yeah, it helped us, and but yeah, we had some pretty wild shows. Always did something. When we did the Hoodstock one at Newbies, and we did that poster giveaway that we all signed. We had some like cartoon poster or something. I don't know if you remember that.
Was that one I missed? I don't know if that's one I missed or not.
You didn't miss that one.
Or was I drunk at that one too?
Well,
I know that's a recurring theme here, guys. I was drunk at a lot of the shows.
You're drunk at almost all of them, I think. But that's okay, because I mean, that's what, rock and roll party. No, we had a poster, like, we went to Walmart and got some, like, anime poster or something like that. We all signed it. You signed it too. And we had, like, a little giveaway. And then at one of our shows that you didn't go to, it's like this small little redneck bar for some odd reason. You didn't come, but we had a Kids Bop CD that we gave away.
Oh my God.
I said, okay. We're doing a little giveaway for a CD, and I said, pick a number. I got some people to come up, and I said, pick a number like 1 through 20, and they picked a number, and I was like, oh shit, I forgot to pick a number. So I had to do it all over again, but it was pretty fun. Like we sprayed some silly string at that show, like a few bottles, but most places don't like the silly string. And
I don't know.
How do you feel about trying to come back and do more shows?
It'll be fun, especially if we can put out some new music.
Yeah.
Do some stuff a little different. Because we got a lot we can talk about now. It's been a long time since the last stuff was recorded, and
it's been 13 years,
since
12,
any new music
12
was recorded.
Or 13 years.
Yeah, just about. We did a show last year, but I mean it's been the same set of songs, but 10 to 12 songs I think. That might be a couple other ones in there, but yeah, definitely a lot of stuff we can talk about now. We just gotta get to it and get to writing.
Yeah, That's what we're gonna try to do. We're gonna try and get a new CD out. And, hopefully, get some new shows. Taco said we could do a show with him here and there when they come to Memphis.
Yeah. You guys will see us sometime before the year's over, I promise.
Yeah, before the year's over, we're gonna do a show somewhere. I mean, maybe in your backyard.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing just now.
Maybe,
Got a big space back there.
Maybe if you're for your bar mitzvah, or if you're getting.
We'll do the show for free. Just call us.
Yeah, we do shows for free. That's our thing. We do shows for free. We made $1, like our whole career. We made $1 in tips. We had a tip jar out there. We had $1, and then we gave it to the owner of the bar because he got arrested. So we just gave it to them to get him out.
He needed it.
Yeah, but yeah, we'll hopefully get some new shows going up. Summer's coming up, not quick enough, but summer's coming up. So hopefully we get some new songs, get some new, do some shows. Like that's. What do you think about our hype man? What do you think about Kyle? Like, you like him being our hype man?
I know he did it for us a couple times. He's got to put a little more into it. He probably thinks he did. I mean, he didn't do like bad.
No, I didn't do bad. I think
got
it's
to do
like,
a little bit more.
He
might be mad when he sees this and hears that, but
no, we love you.
But he'll get over it.
He might have had some stage fright because the first time he did it was at the taco show, so it was like a lot of fucking people.
Yeah.
So it was, but
he was better than the first hype man we tried to use. We don't name names, but
yeah. We call him Slow-Mo instead of Hype Man because he wasn't hype at all. But
I think at one point he told people to get naked and eat beef stroganoff, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
That was kind of funny and sad at the same time.
So what would you like tell people out there, like what w.b.c, like, don't tell them what it stands for. Like, everybody knows, but people can make up their own version of what they want because everybody does anyway. But what would you classify like our music as?
I think at one point, Frunk is a good name for it. I like
Frunk.
that name. That's one of the best names for it because I mean,
What's
kind of funky.
What's Frunk? Tell them what the Frunk is.
The Frunk.
Like,
I'm trying to describe it with one of our songs. Oh man. I don't know. I mean, we really do have our own sound. We do,
Yeah.
even though I'm going to call it Frunk.
a funny crunk.
It's hard to classify. I mean, maybe not all the songs are like that, but a good majority of them are.
Yeah, we have a few like serious songs, I guess you call it.
True to This, yeah,
True to
that's a good
This.
one.
That was True to This. I think was actually that was our second one we made. The first one we made was Found Out.
Found Out,
Crazy
yeah.
situations and like we made like two like serious rap songs, I guess. Like, and then I was like, man, I want to make. I had whole notebooks of songs that I wrote for like to be like. I always wanted to have this punk band, and so I like but make it like funny music also. So I had this like whole notebook full of all these funny songs. So we went through that, and then like Nick and Ian, they kind of added their verses to some, and then Eric, we got Eric to come in and join because Ian was going to the military, and so they kind of just like added their own verses in, and then we wrote a few songs, together and stuff, and we just wanted it to be funny. So that's how we kind of came up with the funny thing. But like we do have like three or four serious songs,
And the rest of it's
funny. Yeah,
not funny nonsense. Like my personal favorite of ours is Ray Finkel.
Ray Finkel, yeah,
I love it.
Which with the playoffs this year, it looked like there was a bunch of Ray Finkels on all the teams.
This whole season, yes, this whole
season, Ray Finkel was in the NFL.
He signed with a different team every week.
He signed with a different team every week, and the field goal posts were getting a workout this year. So, that's how we kind of came. And do you know where the WBC came from? Like the name WBC. like how it.
If
like,
I
it
remember,
originated.
didn't you guys? Was it from some of you guys in high school or around that time?
I don't know.
Because I mean, look, w.b.c. is a little older. I mean, I was not part of the original group. I came in a little later.
Well, you were part of the original group, like, because we were just writing songs at that time and everything, and then, like, because we hadn't even done any shows yet, so we were like, well, we need a DJ if we want to do shows and shit. So, you know, we knew you had a laptop, you know, we knew you knew how to work that stuff, so we're like, well, let's ask him. And originally it started out as White Boy Click, I think.
Yeah, I do remember that, and then there was World's Best Caucasians.
Yeah, and then we were like, I was like, White Boy Click seems too cliche.
Yeah.
It sounds too.
World's Best Caucasian sounds better to me.
So like, yeah, like with the theme of our music, I figured the World's Best Caucasians would be better. You know? But I mean,
yeah, and then like White Boy Click almost sounds more like, I guess, it doesn't really fit our style. Yeah, it sounds like more
like trying to be serious gangster rappers or something like that.
Yeah, that's not what we do at all. That's not what we do.
And people like have you ever, like, when we're like doing shows, do you ever like look out in the crowd and like look at reactions of people?
Oh yes, definitely.
Like what kind of reactions?
Well, like some people, like, you can tell they're into it, and there's other people sometimes are shocked, like, oh my god, what are these guys talking about? They don't know if they want to hear it, or I don't know. It's just there's a lot of different reactions. Never seen anybody who looked angry or upset. But I'm sure that'll happen one day.
I mean, that might now. It's 2019, so I mean, our music, we might offend somebody.
Yeah, we'll have to be careful. We'll try not to be too careful, but I know
we'll try to. We'll try to.
We don't want to
offend as many.
We don't want to get blasted on stage or anything like that.
Yeah, we'll try to. We'll try to offend as many people as we can. Like if we don't get to you in that song, we're gonna get to you in the next song.
Yeah.
Just, I don't know. Just, but yeah, it was. I noticed that too. Like,
the best reaction, or when you do Flowers and Candy.
Oh yeah.
That gets everybody's attention in the building.
That song.
If they weren't paying attention, they were paying attention when that comes on.
That song was. It was actually me and Ian wrote it, and we had it rapped out, like just rapping it, you know. And then he was like on the way to the studio, he was like, you should just yell that song, like scream it, like just go in the booth and just scream it. So we went in there and like I just started like just screaming it, and it was like all first take too, and it was just like I don't know, like that's my least favorite one to listen to, like on the album. Like,
it's definitely an attention grabber.
Cause it's me, so I don't know, like I hate the way I sound like on here. Like if I watch this. Mm-hmm. Back and I listen to myself, I'm not gonna like it. I don't like the way I sound on film. I don't like the way I sound on the record. But that's my least favorite one. And like when we did that Hoodstock show at Newbies, you know, it was an all day thing, and like in between shows everybody was outside, and it was right there on Highland, so it's like real congested. So like when a train come and they were stopped, I was passing out CDs to people, like walking down the street, mm-hmm. passing out CDs to people in their car, and I would tell them, like, number 3, if you have kids, they can't listen to us. They don't need to listen to it at all. But number 3, it's a really loud song. You gotta, you probably don't want to listen to it at all, but you're just warned. So I was like telling everybody.
Well, like I said, it's definitely an attention grab. It'll wake the crowd up once it starts.
Yeah,
it's like, whoa, what the hell is that?
It was.
You weren't paying attention. You were then. You really would then.
And when we wrote, I don't know. I don't even know what we were thinking when we wrote it. Like, we were just like, you know, we were kind of getting down to like, towards the end of, I guess, writing. And we were just like, we just need some songs.
We just
started like writing some stuff, and it was just like, do we really want to write about this? And it was, you know, if you guys want to know the song we're talking about, like, just message me, and I can send you a copy of the CD, because I'm talking vaguely about it, because I don't want to. I don't want to go into too much detail. That leaves y'all in suspense. So y'all have to want to do it. But yeah, it's that. So that's your favorite song.
Well, Ray Finkel is.
Oh, Ray Finkel.
Ray Finkel, yeah.
That was the
Flowers
biggest
and Candy is like that's the attention
reaction.
grabber. Yeah, people are like, what the hell? Yeah, that was probably one of the biggest reactions. The biggest reaction we got, though, I think, was when we did Homies, ICP at the end of that second show at the Rally Point. Yeah, that really got everybody into it.
Yeah,
and that was a good feeling, too. I mean, seeing the whole place move and sing along to it. I mean, even though it's not one of our songs, but still, that was a good feeling to be up there and see the crowd get into it like that.
Yeah, we like to do that. We close with Homies a lot. And then we closed with Bang Pow Boom. That was the one we closed with when we did the Silly String the first time.
Yeah,
because it has.
I do remember that.
It has a song and then it has that breakdown at the end that you can just sit there and just, they would spray Fago, but we spray Silly String. That's one of my biggest influences in writing our music is that. So, but
because they get bizarre. They do have messages in some of their music. I mean, a lot of their stuff, really. But but they're really funny, and you can tell they like to joke around. And
that was one thing I like when we made those first two songs. I was like, I just didn't feel it. Like I was like, this is not what I want to do. Like it wasn't working out with like trying to make a punk band because I just couldn't find people. Nobody was into it. And so it was like, well, do the rap thing.
Yeah, it's cheaper with rap too because we don't have to have our own instruments.
Yeah,
we instruments.
We just make the beats.
A little bit easier.
We just make the beats and all that, and it's odd that we did like a lot of shows back then, but like we never practiced. Like we had a few practices, but like we just
I think we talked about practice, but then practice sessions just turn into.
Just hanging out. Just,
we never knew. Like, it was a good practice, I guess. Like, we didn't practice anything, but
like our practices would be like on the way to the show, like.
It might have been a couple of times where we did that, like put the CD in just to make sure we didn't forget some of the lines.
Yeah, put the whole
like whatever.
Put the whole set list on the CD. Play it on the way to the show. Like do the show like 3 times before we get to the venue.
In the car,
and then. You were at the show where we did like 2 shows in one night, right? Or did we drop you off before we?
I'm trying to remember. That was probably one I missed.
Because we did it at the New Daisy, and then we came all the way. Because maybe we dropped you off after that, but we went to the New Daisy, and then we came back and did a little bar type place.
I might have done the one at the Daisy, but the second one. Yeah, I probably wasn't there for that one.
Yeah, that was. It's I mean, you wouldn't think it. You wouldn't think that it would, be hard to do 2 shows like that. But I think like the first show like we played, they were like, keep playing. So like we just kept playing. It was like 35, 40 minutes maybe, and
that's like the whole CD, whole CD, isn't it?
Yeah, like we did like almost all of our songs that we had, and then when we were like, we did that at a few shows where they just keep playing, and we're like, we don't have no more songs. So like we literally did
we got to work on that.
We literally did our whole song because like we have like 2 or 3 songs that aren't on the CD that we actually made after that, but they weren't on that CD. So we had.
I think w.b.c was one.
w.b.c.
The music is on the CD for it, but there's no vocals or lyrics on it.
Yeah, I don't think we have vocals on it. Like if we did, we didn't.
It wasn't on the CD. It wasn't on the CD. Yeah.
And then we had the salad tossing song, and I swear there was one more, but yeah, we definitely got to work on some new music and definitely try to just get back in it and play because it's we do shows for free. So if anybody like what we said earlier, if you want to book us for your shows or
Or if
whatever.
you just want to have fun and
Or you
hang
just
out,
want to have
man,
fun and hang out.
we'll do it. Weekends preferably. But
Yeah, weekends preferably. We don't ask for money. He asks for beer. That's maybe depends. Depends. I don't drink, so. But yeah, we like to have fun.
Oh yeah.
That's like what do you enjoy most about being in the WBC? Like what we do.
Well, I mean, like I said, I guess it's a change from the normal. I mean, we do something that I mean a lot of people are afraid to do because I mean, like I said, at first I was kind of skeptical because I mean, like I said, I don't like being on stage. I mean, I guess it helps that I'm not one of the ones rapping, but I got over some of that, and it is really fun to be up there. It is, and like I said, it's a change from the normal, just being at home and hanging out. I mean, yeah, it's fun.
Yeah,
it's a nice.
I like the fact that we always like are the openers. So like first, second, maybe third, depending on how many groups are there. And it's funny because
so if we suck, at least people like, oh, they go on first. So I mean, if we suck, then it's like, well, they expected it anyway, right?
Well, that, but it's funny because like they can't do nothing about it. Like they have to sit there and listen to it. Like, I mean, I guess they could go to the bathroom or go somewhere, but like most people are going to stay in the venue, so they still have to hear it. Like they can't do nothing about it. But it's
being an asshole is fun too.
And so, but it's like, yeah, you're right. It's different, I mean, there are some like comedy rap groups and all that, but I still think ours is like more unique and all that. It's just, I don't know. I honestly, I don't listen to our stuff a lot. I don't know. I don't like the way I sound.
I think there's a lot of artists that are that way. They don't really listen to their own stuff.
But like, we always get like good reviews about it. Like people like it. They think it's silly. They, of course, some people don't like it. I've had people talking shit, but people. I've had friends like call me, like or text me in the middle of the day. They're like, "Oh, I'm at work and I'm singing the damn breast pump song." And they're like, "Damn you!" And so
what's do you remember off the top of your head the full title of that song? Because that's just what we nickname it because nobody's gonna remember it. But that's actually not the title of that song.
Yeah,
isn't it like High Endurance something?
High Endurance Miracle Bubble Rice. And
where did you guys come up with that? I don't know if I know the story behind that one.
They came up with that and the song because I think it was literally like the last song we wrote. Because we were like, well, we need some more songs. And so, like, I think I was like, let's just have one more song. Because, like, I think we only have, like, 10 songs on the CD, on the first CD. And one of them was, like, an outro where we were just talking and stuff. So it was, like, nine, actually. So I was like, well, let's get one more song. And so, like, we were just sitting around. And that was when, like, Zeta had just been born, so April had the breast pump like out. Like we had just like had to move back in with my folks for a little bit, and we saw the breast pumps in there. It's like, well, let's write a song about the breast pump. So we just we're just write, and I was like, what are we gonna name it? And I was like just flipping like through a magazine, and I was like just like picked like several different words. I was like, High Endurance Miracle Bubble Rice, and I was like, fuck it, that's it. That's the name of the song. CD's done. Let's get it recorded. So that's how that came about. So, but we it was crazy. And a lot of the songs, well, a lot of the songs I wrote, my verses and stuff, like even like on my old stuff, which I want to try and get some of that in the new CD. Because it's punk rock, but I wrote it in the style of punk rock, but you can make it out.
Oh, we'll make it work.
You can make it work.
We can make
like
it work.
Into rap. And a lot of it I listen to, I actually listen to the Dixie Chicks while
The Dixie Chicks.
The Dixie Chicks, yeah, their first CD. Like I listened to a lot of that while I was writing that song. Like I don't know how you get, you know, the ideas.
That's now you know some of the
to
inspiration
roll
behind
on.
w.b.c.
Yeah, I don't know how
Dixie
I don't know how I got the inspiration to write, you know, some of my stuff from the Dixie Chicks, but I sure as fuck did. So it was pretty cool, but yeah, it's just it's weird, like to have such like a different array of music all on one CD, like just talk the most nonsense you could possibly think and just put it on a damn record or CD. Sorry, it's so what do you think? What do you want to happen like in the future for the WBC?
I definitely want to do more shows, and I would like to see us get our music on some of the streaming services like Spotify.
Yeah.
We just have to figure out what goes into that.
Yeah.
And because we might already be out there on SoundCloud or Reverb. I'm not sure if we're on.
We're on Reverb Nation, which I don't know if that's still how big that is anymore. And like I lost all the login info, so I can't even get onto it anymore. But I'm not sure how big that is anymore. Like, cause that's old too. But yeah, we definitely need to get a SoundCloud. I know that sounds cliche. SoundCloud rapper, blah 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 blah. Oh well.
We're different though.
We do what we want. So yeah, we definitely need to get all the platforms and everything. You know.
I think the biggest priority is really more song. We need some new material.
Yeah.
But then we got to get the shows. That's what we really got to work on that.
Yeah, shows and new songs, and I tell you the craziest thing I ever experienced is that I was at Target with April and Zeta, and we were looking at the toys, and like these guys walked by. Okay, then they walked back by. They kept walking by and walking by. I was like, who the fuck is this? And they would like kind of like pause like in between each go, and I was like, what the fuck? And I was getting pissed. Like I was gonna say something because I was like, they're pissing me off. So finally, one of them walks up and he's like, "Are you the dude in that band, the White Boy Band?" I was like, "Yeah, that's me." So it was like the only time it ever happened, but it was still pretty cool, you know, to know that whatever one of our shows he was at, like he remembered it enough to be like, "Hey, that's that fucking guy who sings that crazy rap shit." So it was, which I don't know how we've never, like when we're out at the mall or at any store or anything, I don't know how somebody hasn't pointed us out, because I mean obviously you're memorable.
Yeah.
To see,
can't
like
see
y'all can't see all of them, but you know, if you ever come to one of our shows, you would know that you're not gonna forget seeing him.
Yeah, but everything that needs to work still works. So don't.
Yeah. Yes, ladies, it all works. So, but yeah, it was. Yeah, I'm really surprised about that. But you know, maybe that'll come later or something. But yeah, that's pretty cool. That was pretty cool to have that. But it's like, okay, so like you're like me, like our music taste, like it's like a jukebox, I guess you could say. Like, so like your music taste, what's it like?
Oh, wow, generally the 90s. I know that's not a genre, but a lot of what I listen to is from the 90s. Grunge, when I was younger, was a really big thing. I was really into that. Not so much anymore. But yeah, 90s pop is the best.
Yeah.
Of all the pop. What we have now is trash.
And
yes.
what do you, I like it like when we like when there's a bunch of us hanging out here and like
we have like different groups of friends around.
Yeah, like we have
what
different.
What the hell are these guys listening
We'll
to?
have like different groups of people around, and like I'd have
already some Backstreet Boys or some Ace of Base or something.
Yeah, I'd have already been here before they show up. Yeah. So we're listening. We're wiki surfing, and we're on YouTube, and we're just like going through the 90s, like, you know, every kind of genre from the 90s. And then they come in and they're like, what the fuck are y'all listening to? And we're like, man, we're listening to Ace of Base, man. Shut the fuck up. Because I don't like I think that's why we click so good, because like our music taste, like we go from listen to fucking Slipknot to
fucking Britney Spears.
Like, you know, just like
it changes up like that.
Like
you never know.
Like you're not so much a country guy like I am. No. Like I can do that, but you're not so much. But you know, I can let that not listen to that. But yeah, it's our music taste. I think has it's a lot alike. Which the rest of our friends and all that, like, they're definitely not.
Just rap mostly.
Like rap and rock and screamo type shit. Nah. But we, like last night, we were just chilling in the car listening to what, just like 80s, 90s pop hits.
Oh yeah, we went all over the place.
All over the place with it, like my playlist, like even your playlist, you know, it goes from, like I said, it's like a jukebox. Like, you'll find everything on there. And like, I think that works good. Like, I think that helps us, like, in the WBC, at least for me, because I don't think I could, you know, write music like this if I didn't have such a wide taste of music.
Yeah.
You know, which that, like, you need to try and write some songs. That would be pretty cool.
I used to, when I was in high school, I wrote a little bit.
Yeah.
I had to get that notebook out of the closet that I haven't looked at in 17 years. I'm kind of scared.
Just get it out. We'll just rap. We'll just make a record to that whole notebook.
Oh, God.
Like, the whole next album will just be your beat on your notebook. But yeah, it's, hopefully we can get everything going good with the WBC. I think once we get some new music out there, and hopefully we get a bigger audience, and you know, we had some good shows and played a lot of good shows, played with a lot of good people. Yeah, that's it. So, I don't know.
No, we covered a lot. We covered quite a bit.
Covered quite a bit. Like, a lot of the history of the WBC. Yeah, I don't know.
That'll be something we can do for another time. Maybe write it down, do like a little history of it.
Yeah, maybe
we'll have a sequel to this. Maybe we'll do a few months.
Maybe we'll do a part 2 to this. Do a follow up, but I guess that's it. Maybe, I don't know. Yeah. Is there anything else you want to talk about?
No, not too well. Just let people know you will be hearing from us on stage soon.
Yeah, look for us on stage, or if you got your own stage and you want us on there, hit us up, message us,
and subscribe to the channel too.
Subscribe to the channel, yes. Share it, video, do whatever. We don't have a Patreon, so we're not going to do that route. Not right now. Maybe I don't know. I don't want to do the Patreon thing.
Well, if you just want to give us money, you can.
Or if you just want to give us
somewhere, if
you just want to give us money, you can. But yeah. But all right. Well, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.
Okay, you can cut all this. That cut off early. You ran out of space. It's okay. We got it up here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we got it up there.